Monday, February the 1st, moon's first quarter. My mother has given my father an ultimatum. Either he finds a job, or starts doing housework, or leaves. He's looking for a job. Tuesday, February the 2nd, Candlemas, Scottish Quarter Day. Grandma Mole came to tell me that the end of the world was announced at her spiritualist church last week. She said it should have all ended yesterday. She would have come round sooner, only she was washing her curtains. Wednesday, February the 3rd. My father has had his credit cards taken off him. Barclays, NatWest and American Express have got fed up with his reckless spending. Time is running out for us. He has only got a few quid's redundancy money left in his sock drawer. My mother is looking for a job. I have got a sense of déjà vu. Thursday, February the 4th. Went round to see Bert and Queenie. Their bungalow is so full of knick-knacks that there is hardly room for a person to move. Sabre knocks at least 10 things over every time he wags his tail. They both seem happy enough, though their sex life can't be up to much. Friday, February the 5th. I've got to write an essay on the causes of the Second World War. What a waste of time. Everyone knows the causes. You can't go anywhere without seeing Hitler's photo. Saturday, February the 6th. Finished essay. Copied it out of Pear's encyclopedia. My mother has gone to a woman's workshop on self-defense, so if my father moans at her for burning the toast, she will be able to karate chop him in the windpipe. Sunday, February the 7th. Septuagesima. Bored stiff all day. My parents never do anything on Sundays but read the Sunday papers. Other families go out to safari parks, etc., but we never do. When I am a parent, I will fill my children with stimulation at weekends. Monday, February the 8th, full moon. My mother has found a job. She collects money from Space Invader machines. She started today in response to an urgent phone call from the job agency that she is registered with. She said that the fullest machines are those in unrespectable cafes and university common rooms. I think my mother is betraying her principles. She is pandering to an obsession of weak minds. Tuesday, February the 9th. My mother has given up her job. She said she is sexually harassed during her work, and she is also allergic to 10-pence pieces. Wednesday, February the 10th. My father is going to start his own business making spice racks. He has spent the last of his redundancy money on buying pine and glue. Our spare bedroom has been turned into a workshop. Sawdust is all over the house. I am very proud of my father. He is now a company director, and I am a company director's son. Thursday, February the 11th. Delivered Mrs. Singh's massive spice rack after school. It took 2 of us to carry it round and install it on her kitchen wall. We had a cup of sickly Indian tea, and Mrs. Singh paid my father and then started to fill up her shelves with exotic Indian spices. They looked a lot more interesting than my mother's boring parsley and thyme. My father bought a bottle of champagne to celebrate his first sale. He has got no respect for capital investment. Friday, February the 12th. Pandora has gone to London with her father to hear Tony Benn speak. Pandora's mother has gone to an SDP rally in Loughborough. It is a sad day when families are split by politics. I'm not sure how I will vote. Sometimes I think Mrs. Thatcher is a nice, kind sort of woman. Then the next day I see her on television and she frightens me rigid. She has got eyes like a psychotic killer, but a voice like a gentle person. It's a bit confusing. Saturday, February the 13th. Pandora has got a crush on Tony Benn, just like the one she had on Adamant. She says that older men are exciting. I am trying to grow my moustache. Valentine's Day tomorrow. A big card came today. It had a Sheffield postmark. Sunday, February the 14th. Sexagesima, St. Valentine's Day. At last I have had a valentine from somebody who is not a blood relation. Pandora's card was charming. She had written a simple message of love. Adrian, it is you alone. I gave Pandora a false Victorian card. Inside I wrote, My young love, treacle hair and knee socks, give my system deep shocks. You've got a magic figure. I'm Roy Rogers, you are Trigger. It doesn't scan very well, but I was in a hurry. Pandora didn't get the literary reference to Roy Rogers, so I have lent her my father's old Roy Rogers annuals. My father threw the Sheffield card in the waste bin. My mother took it out when my father had gone to the pub. Inside it said, "Pauline, I am in anguish." My mother smiled and ripped it up. Monday, February the 15th. Washington's birthday, USA, moon's last quarter. Came home from school to hear my mother talking to Creep Lucas on the phone. She was using a yucky voice and saying things like, "Don't ask me to do it, bimbo," and "It's all over between us now, darling, we must try to forget." I can't stand much more emotional stress. I'm up to my ears in it already, what with studying hard and vying with Tony Benn for Pandora's attention. Tuesday, February the 16th. Pandora's mother came round last night to complain about her spice rack. It fell off the wall and spilt rosemary and turmeric all over her cork tiles. My mother apologised on behalf of my father, who was hiding in the coal shed. I am seriously thinking of giving everything up and running away to be a tramp. I would quite enjoy the life, providing I could have a daily bath. Wednesday, February the 17th. Miss Elf told us about her boyfriend today. He is called Winston Johnson. He's a Master of Arts and can't get a job. So what chance do I stand? Miss Elf said that school leavers are despairing all over the country. She said that Mr. Scruton should be ashamed to have a portrait of Mrs. Thatcher over his desk. I think I am turning radical. Thursday, February the 18th. This morning the whole school was ordered to go to the assembly hall. Mr. Scruton got up on stage and acted like the films of Hitler. He said in all his long years of teaching, he had never come across an act of such serious vandalism. Everybody went dead quiet and wondered what had happened. Scruton said that somebody had entered his office and drawn a moustache on Margaret Thatcher and written 3 million unemployed in her cleavage. He said that defiling the greatest leader this country has ever known was a crime against humanity. It was tantamount to treason, and that when the culprit was found they would be immediately expelled. Scruton's eyes bulged out so far that a few of the first years started to cry. Miss Elf led them outside to safety. The whole school has got to have handwriting tests. Friday, February the 19th. Miss Elf has resigned. I will miss her. She was responsible for my political development. I am a committed radical. I am against nearly everything. Saturday, February the 20th. Pandora, Nigel, Claire Nielsen and myself have formed a radical group. We are the Pink Brigade. We discuss things like war, we are against it, peace, we are for it, and the ultimate destruction of capitalist society. Claire Nielsen's father is a capitalist. He owns a greengrocer's shop. Claire is trying to get her father to give cheap food to the unwaged, but he refuses. He waxes fat on their starvation. Sunday, February the 21st. Quinquagesima. Had an argument with my father over the Sunday Express. He can't see that he is a willing tool of the reactionary right. He refuses to change to the Morning Star. My mother reads anything. She is prostituting her literacy. Monday, February the 22nd. Once again I am spotty. I am also extremely sexually frustrated. I'm sure a session of passionate lovemaking would improve my skin. Pandora says she is not going to risk being a single parent just for the sake of a few spots, so I will have to fall back on self-indulgence. Tuesday, February the 23rd. Shrove Tuesday, new moon. Ate 9 pancakes at home, 3 at Pandora's and 4 at Bert and Queenie's. Grandma was very hurt when I refused her kind offer to whip me a batter, but I was full up. It is disgusting when the third world is living on a few grains of rice. I feel dead guilty. Wednesday, February the 24th, Ash Wednesday. Our school dinner ladies have got the sack. The dinners now come in hot boxes from a central kitchen. I would have staged a protest, but I've got a geography test tomorrow. Mrs. Leach was presented with a microwave oven for her 30 years of toil over the custard jug. Thursday, February the 25th. Got 15 out of 20 for geography. I lost points for saying that the Falkland Islands belong to Argentina. Friday, February the 26th. My thing is now 13 centimetres long when it's extended. When it is contracted, it's hardly worth measuring. My general physique is improving. I think the back-stretching exercises are paying off. I used to be the sort of boy who had sand kicked in his face. Now I'm the sort of boy who watches somebody else have it kicked in their face. Saturday, February the 27th. My father hasn't made or sold a single spice rack all week. We are now living on social security and dole money. My mother has stopped smoking. The dog is down to half a tin of chum a day. Sunday, February the 28th. Quadragesima, first in Lent. Had egg and chips and peas for Sunday dinner. No pudding, not even a proper serviette. My mother says we are the nouveau poor.